Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a first impression demo and review of the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. So if you would like to see how it wears during the day, my thoughts, and etc, etc, name that movie, name what movie that is from in the comments below if you know. So if you would like to see a little bit more about this foundation, please keep watching. So I already threw the box away, so I figured we would just talk about the packaging first, and then I have Sephora pulled up right now, and then we'll kind of read some of the claims and stuff like that. This is the packaging. It's really sleek. You can see how it says Hourglass right here, and then you take off the lid and you twist it up, and that is your foundation. I don't even think there's an ounce in this, but we're about to find out, and it is pretty expensive, but I do think the packaging is very, very nice. I also have mine in the shade Shell, so let's hope that's a good shade match. It should be. So on Sephora.com, it says that this coverage is full to medium. It says the skin types is for sensitive, normal, dry, combination, oily, so all skin types. The finish is satin. It claims that it's a long-wearing foundation stick with the cover of a concealer fluidity, why can't I say that? Fluidity of a liquid and weightlessness of a powder for invisible full coverage. Then it also says it's a foundation and concealer in one. It has a concentrated formula which is infused with double the amount of pigment versus traditional foundations for an instant full coverage in one application. It's long-wearing, waterproof, provides 12-hour coverage. The innovative formula adjusts to your body temperature to effortlessly blend into skin, which I remember that was like the #1 thing I saw that like made me buy this, because I'm like, what? I've never heard of any other foundation doing that. It says the formula is highly concentrated, only a small amount is needed, which I've seen people literally draw this all over their face. So it says start with less and blend, gradually add more as necessary. For best results, blend foundation with Vanish Seamless Finish Foundation Brush. You're going to get a better application using a brush as opposed to a sponge is what I'm getting from that. This does retail for a hefty $46, mind you, and you only get, oh my god, you only get 0.25 ounces. So that's 1/4 of an ounce, am I right? Wow, more like, because most foundations are a full ounce, so this ish better be as good as everybody says. I'm going to be using like a hydrating primer, so I'm just taking my Laura Geller, this is such a mouthful, Laura Geller Spackle Primer. It's the Hydrating Moisturizing Under Makeup Primer. So I'm going to be using that today. And I'm trying out like a new acne treatment. It's the UFO by, I forget what the brand is, but it's the UFO serum treatment. I've been using it down here, and I've noticed like this like hormonal cystic acne I get right here. It's like, it just started happening to me like 2 years ago. Sucks. I lived my whole life with no pimples, and I turned 30 and all hell breaks loose. But it's the first stuff that I've ever used that has brought them to the surface and gave them whiteheads so I could pop them, even though you're not supposed to. But normally they're just like really hard knots underneath my skin, and like I probably should go see a dermatologist, but I love this primer. It's so good for dry skin. It just makes your makeup go on so good. I love it. I'm obsessed. So I'm going to be doing one side of my face with a sponge as usual, and then I'm going to do the other side with a brush. So I have this sponge right here, and I have another one that looks exactly like it, and I know one of these is the L'Oreal sponge and one of them is not, but I don't know which is which. Everybody said the L'Oreal sponge was really soft, so I'm assuming it's this one. I already got it damp because this one's a little bit more tough than this one, so I think this is the L'Oreal sponge. I'm 99.9% sure, so do this. I'm excited, but I'm not really excited because I feel like I don't want to use it since there's like none in it. Alright, here we go. Oh, that's almost like a perfect shade match, I think. I don't know. It said less is more, but like I said, I've seen everybody that uses this literally draw on their entire face. So, we'll see. I wonder if you were to use this every day how long it would actually last. Okay, so I'm just going to use the butt part of this, and I can already tell I think I'm going to like this better with a brush. But they weren't lying, it really does just like a blend right into your skin. But instead of being able to pounce it with a sponge like you would like a liquid foundation, I feel like I have to like swipe. And I don't like that. So that's one side with the sponge. So I'm going to do the other side with a brush, which I can already tell I think I'm going to like better. But we'll see. Let's see how good it covers that up. I just feel like I'm going to run through this. Like say I did use it for like a whole week straight, I think I would be out of it. And 46 bucks. So I'm just going to be applying that with my Morphe E6. It really does blend out. Like, I don't think I've ever tried a stick foundation. Maybe, but I don't think so. So I really don't have anything else to compare it to. But this is blending out really nicely. I don't know. It's like, normally when I do one side with a sponge, one side with a brush, I know like immediately which side I like better, but I don't really like either one, honestly. I don't know. I don't really like the brush or the sponge to apply it, so that's weird. But it does look like I got pretty much weird, and it's starting to come off right here. Now I'm going in with a second coat. So I'm going to try the sponge again. I don't know. It's like I figured since everybody else was like wowed by this foundation that I would be too. And I don't necessarily feel that way, because I feel like it's just like pulling off my skin, like it's getting like kind of patchy, and I moisturized a butt ton like before I primed my skin, and I just feel like it's creating dry patches everywhere. So what I've noticed so far is like if 100 people like something and I try it and I'm like, oh, I'll love it too, it like never works out for me. So it's like the stuff that nobody else likes works for me. I don't know. I just seem to have that kind of luck, I guess. I can tell you this much. I really liked that it really was easy to blend out, and it just kind of blended into my skin. So maybe after I apply my concealer and the rest of my makeup, it will just continue to melt into the skin. But so far, I'm not like, oh my god, this is worth $50 just yet. I don't know. I feel like it's giving me like kind of like a cake face right there in my forehead and dry patches on my nose. So I'm going to go in with my Benefit Erase Paste first to hide some dark circles, and I always apply it with my Morphe G24 brush. It's just a blending brush that I really like for pot concealers. So I'm just going to apply this mainly in the inner corner and then just blend it out because I have the most darkness right there. So I was planning on using like a light coverage concealer since it did say that that was a foundation and concealer, but I don't really think so. So I'm going to go in with my Born This Way concealer. I haven't ever tried this with any other foundation except for the Born This Way foundation. So I always use them together. So I kind of want to try this out and see how I like it with other foundations. I think this is going to be really good. This is definitely one of my favorite concealers. I'm just going to blend this out with my Morphe E8, and then I'm going to go back over it with the sponge just to pick up any extra product. And I feel like I get the most coverage out of my concealers when I blend them out with a brush first and then go over it with a sponge, because I feel like if I try to blend out my concealer with a sponge first, it steals like the majority of my product. This is the L'Oreal sponge, again, I'm 99.9% sure. This is a really good sponge. I think I like this more than the Beauty Blender, except I'm not really a big fan of the Beauty Blender anyways. Like, I prefer my Real Techniques Diamond Sponge or the orange sponge that they came out with first. Like, I prefer those over the actual Beauty Blender. So that's what we have so far with the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation and then the Born This Way concealer, and I like it a little bit more. So now I'm going to go ahead and set my face and my under eye, and we'll see how that goes. So I tried this guy out in my video I posted on Thursday, my full face first impressions. And I set my under eye with this kind of yellow shade, and it just made my face like all one color. So I'm going to try mixing this in with my MAC Pro Emphasize powder, which is just straight white, and see what I think. I think it's going to be like a really good combination. I'm going to try these together. I hope it works out how I want it to. I feel like it's still kind of dulled. My under eye, because I like a really bright under eye, and I feel like it's still kind of dulled it. But I do think that Wet n Wild powder is really nice. Like, it goes on really smooth. So I'm just going to set my face a tiny bit with this Lancome translucent powder. I think it's pretty comparable to the Coty Airspun powder as well. So this has like a more, there's like a color in this one. So I'm just going to lightly set the areas that I'm going to be applying other powder products just so they go on, which is weird because like I know when I started YouTube 3 or 4 years ago, I never set my foundation. I just put everything on top of it, and I feel like I never had a problem. But like now, I'm like paranoid that if I don't set it, the rest of my products aren't going to go on smooth. Alright, so that's what we have so far. I'm still not completely wowed at this point, but I have a feeling maybe throughout the day I'm going to like it a little bit more. I mean, I think it looks nice, and I have a feeling it's gonna look really good in pictures. So let's see, what time is it? So I'm gonna call the time at 12:30, and I'm going to keep it on till like 10 o'clock tonight. I will go for a walk. I think it's like in the 80s, see how it does like in a little bit of heat, stuff like that. I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I'll come back. So I'll probably see you guys here in about 30 minutes because it seems like I always take my time when I do these, when I apply the rest of my makeup. So I'll see you guys here in about 30-40 minutes. Okay guys, I'm back. It's 1:30, so it's been about an hour. I know you guys are probably like, what the hell? I feel like I never do colorful, dramatic eye looks like this, but I was just kind of feeling it. I saw a picture on Pinterest and I was like, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna do that today. So I do maybe think this eye look would look better with a nude lip, but I wanted to switch it up a little bit and put color on the eyes and my lips. And now I like completely regret not filming this eye look because I know if I try to recreate it, it's not going to look like this. But I think I will attempt to refilm this look tomorrow because I'm obsessed with it. Anyways, so I thought everything glided on my face like really nicely. So my opinion of the foundation has changed a little bit. I do think it started to pull off my pimples a little bit when I was trying to blend. I don't know, maybe I need to mix some like facial oil in with the foundation, and maybe that would help me out a little bit. So for the rest of my face, so I used my new favorite bronzer at the moment, and it was from my full face of first impressions of drugstore makeup that just went up on Thursday, and it's the Ulta Matte Bronzer in the shade Warm. And then I filmed another video, that's why my makeup's all done like this, but I did my August Ipsy try on, and in there was this Hikari little thing that's a shimmer bronzer flush, so it's like a bronzer, highlighter, and blush all in one. If you want to know what I think of this, make sure to keep a lookout for my August Ipsy bag try on. And then the pigment that's on my eyes is also from my Ipsy bag. This is from Via Bombshell Cosmetics, and it's the Taj Mahal pressed pigment. So all the fun colors that are on my eyes are actually all these Sephora brand eyeshadows, and I really recommend them. They blend it out so nicely. I literally used all of these. You would think if I put these all together it wouldn't look good, but I really like how it turned out. I never buy these full price. I always wait for them to go on sale between $5 and $7 because I want to say they're $10 or $15 a piece, which is extreme, I think. But I really recommend these, so check these out. For my lips, I first lined them with Magenta from MAC, and then I went over top with this Sephora lip cream, which I think they revamped them all, but this is in the shade number 06. So it might be different now, but it was 06 before they came out with like 100 new shades. For highlighter, I have this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 highlighter. I don't know how I feel about this. I use these two shades right here mixed. There was a shit ton of fallout. Thank goodness I got this 50% off because that would have kind of pissed me off a little bit, but I think it's pretty. Would I repurchase it? Probably not. So now that I just told you guys everything that was on my face, again, I said it was like 1:30, so this foundation's been on for about an hour. I will come back here in a couple hours and I will talk to you guys some more, fill you in, let you know if I'm changing my mind at all about, or changing my opinion about this foundation. I'll let you guys know here in a little bit. See you then. So it's 4:40 and I believe I've had this foundation on for about 4 hours, and I thought maybe throughout the day that I would like it more, but I don't. So I feel like it still looks really cakey like around this area, and I mean not so much on my forehead, but like really bad around here. I like how this looks and stuff. I don't know, it's like me and full coverage foundations don't really get along. So I'm thinking like maybe here in a few more hours some more of my natural oils will come through and it won't look as dry. And I definitely think next time I use this foundation I need to put down a beauty oil and like mix it in together and buff it on my face. So I just wanted to check in real quick. I'll zoom you in so you can see. I don't know, I just don't think it looks that great right there, and I always get really irritated when a lot of people love something and then I try it, especially expensive things, and then it's not working for me, or I'm not like 100% wow by it. So that's how I'm feeling right now. I'll come back. So I hope this lighting is okay. It's like shitty bathroom lighting, but I don't like this foundation at all, and I honestly, I thought maybe I would just throughout the day, but I'm gonna zoom you guys in and like, I hope this camera picks it up. Look how much it's like caked up. Like what the hell? And like right here, all of that, especially around here, it's showing all this texture. And then here's my forehead. Like gross. So I've had it on for almost 10 hours. I think it's 9 hours at this point or whatever, but like I don't even want to keep it on any longer. And like I said earlier, I always get so disappointed when I feel like something works for like 100 different people I see on YouTube, and then I go spend the money and it doesn't work for me. It's like really frustrating sometimes, especially when that foundation is $46 for 0.25 ounces. That just kills me, and I think it's too late for me to take it back, but I'm gonna try because I already threw the box away and stuff. But like, I'm so mad because I loved how easy it blended into my skin. Like it really did just sink into my skin. So I really loved that about it, but like, I don't know why it just started like caking up everywhere. So I'm not sure yet, so there might be like a little other clip inserted after this one, because I was thinking that I might try it again tomorrow, but mix, like put some beauty oil on my face with it and then try to blend it in. So I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. But if there is a clip after this, then that means I went ahead and gave it another shot. But so if you tried this Hourglass foundation and you're a sucker and you paid $50 just like me, let me know if it didn't work for you, because I feel like I have yet to find one person that said they didn't like it. So let me know below if you agree with me. Again, I guess we'll see if I add another clip tomorrow and give it another try, but I'm gonna try to take it back and get my money back. And that sucks because the last foundation, well, there's 2 foundations I've ever taken back in my entire life, and that was the Cover FX Custom Drops. I took those back like immediately, like the same day I filmed the first impression, and then I took back the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation as well, and this will be like a number 3 if I can't get it to work. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this demo and review. Again, let me know your thoughts about it in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Hey guys, so as you saw in my last clip, I was debating on whether or not I wanted to give this foundation another try with some facial oil. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So I haven't primed or anything, I just have some moisturizer on. So I'm going to go in with my Smashbox primer water first. And then I'm just going to let that soak in. And then I decided that I would try out this facial oil. It's by Ipsy. I think it's a smaller company. I found mine at Namie's, but I believe you can buy it online from her. I think she's best known for her foundations, but she came out with this oil not too long ago, so I figured I would give it a try. It says that it's the Glow Enhancer, a dry face oil. So I figured I would go ahead and apply some of this. So I don't know how much to use, so I guess I'll just do a few dots everywhere. Ooh, a little crazy there. There are gold flakes in this, so ooh, I can actually feel the gold flakes. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but you can actually feel like the chunks of gold. I wonder if that's supposed to be good for your skin. Like, I feel like it would like kind of cut open your skin, right? I don't know, or do something. That feels a little weird. I'm not exactly sure if I'm supposed to pat it in or rub it, so I'm just gonna kind of do like a little bit of both. I don't know if I like this stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that you can feel the gold chunks. It's just not like a pure oil. So it's kind of weird, and I don't know if I'm supposed to let it dry. So let's just go ahead and go in with the foundation this time, and hopefully it works better for me this time around. And then I also decided that I would go in with a more denser brush. I'm going to be taking my Artis Oval 8 foundation brush. The last one I used was the Morphe E6, and it's kind of flimsy. It's not very dense. So I figured maybe like a more dense brush would help me blend in the cream product easier, I guess is what I'm saying. I feel like I'm still getting the same. Even with the oil, I still feel like it's giving me the same like dried out kind of cakey finish. And also, like, I know everybody's like says they're a big fan of these Artis brushes, and they're so expensive, and I honestly don't really like them. Like, I kind of regret buying them because I just don't really like them, and they're definitely like way expensive. So I feel like it still left a cakey look on my face. I figured when I first tried the Hourglass foundation that maybe I just needed to add like an extra oil to it, and that's why I was getting cakey. But I did just put an oil on, and I feel like it still looks cakey on me. Again, I love the fact that it just blends in like so easy. It's just, I don't know why. Maybe I just don't have the right skin. But then again, it did say it was for all skin types. So that's what like confuses me. I'm getting the exact application, and you can see it just picked off all these dry spots on my nose. I feel like I'm getting the exact application, but maybe even worse with the face oil. So I hope you guys can see that. It literally clung to all the dry patches. I didn't even know were there. Like, I'm so disappointed in this foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my concealer, powder, and rest of my face makeup, and then I will come back and let's just hope for the best. Okay, so I'm back and I applied all my makeup, and I still feel the exact same way. So the conclusion to that Hourglass Vanish stick is a complete fail for me. I give it 2 thumbs down. Again, I've probably already said this 100 million times, but I'm so disappointed that I feel like everybody liked it except for me. It just did not work for my skin, and I feel like if it's going to claim that it's for all skin types, it should work for all skin types, and I tried it 2 different ways and it still didn't work for me. So you can't win them all, I guess. I hope you guys enjoyed this first impression review and demo of the Hourglass Vanish stick. Let me know if it didn't work for you, or if it did work for you, or if you found like a good way to use it, even though I think I'm going to return it after this video. But as always, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and please subscribe on your way out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.